There's a new kind of anxiety at the airport, and it's not about your passport or missing your flight. It's your carry-on. In 2025, what you pack matters more than ever. Not just how much, but what's inside, how it's packed, and whether it sets off any red flags. Forget dimensions. Airlines now care if your backpack could start a fire. And that's not an exaggeration. Mid-air scares and emergency landings caused by overheating batteries have turned overhead bins into potential danger zones. One wrong item, and it's not just your bag getting pulled. You could be the one missing your seat. But the good news? With a little awareness and the right prep, you can avoid every one of these disasters. You'll move faster through security, dodge the gate check drama, and fly smarter than 90% of passengers. It all starts with what might be buzzing inside your bag right now. You probably travel with a power bank. It charges your phone, keeps your headphones alive, maybe even powers your sanity mid-flight. But here's the part most travelers don't know. That little lifesaver, it can also be a ticking time bomb. In January 2025, a power bank caught fire on an Air Busan flight before the plane even left the gate. It wasn't oversized or illegally packed. It was legal, approved, and still triggered a full evacuation. That incident sent a message. Loud and burning, watt hours matter more than ever. The moment your battery crosses 160 watt hours, about 32,000 milliamp hours, it's completely banned. Doesn't matter if it's in your carry-on or checked baggage. It's not coming on board, and draining it to zero won't save you either. Security checks what it was built to hold, not what's left in it. Under 100 wattum, you're in the clear, but only if it's in your carry-on. Never in checked luggage. Between 100 and 160 watts, you're allowed to, but only if the airline gives you written approval before your flight. This year, it's gotten even tighter. Some airlines now ask passengers to declare every power bank at check-in, even the tiniest ones. Stories from travelers on Reddit tell of people being told they could only carry 2, regardless of size, because that's what the airline had decided that day. If you don't know your battery's rating or haven't double-checked your airline's rules, you're gambling. And at 30,000 feet, that's not a good bet. Remember when a suitcase with a phone charger built in felt futuristic? Now it might get you grounded. In 2025, smart luggage is being scrutinized more than ever. That sleek, high-tech suitcase you bought last year? If the battery isn't easily removable, it's officially a problem. Airlines are cracking down. If your battery is locked in place, no matter how small or stylish your bag is, you might not even make it past the check-in counter. Some travelers have had to unpack everything at the terminal, ditch the suitcase they just bought, and scramble for a replacement minutes before boarding. Even when the battery is removable, don't breathe too easy. Several airlines now want proof of safety, documentation from the manufacturer, compliance with modern safety standards like UL 2054, or visible safety markings right on the battery itself. Problem is, most people don't even know what UL 2054 means, let alone where to find it. Reddit threads are flooded with passengers frustrated after having smart bags rejected, despite being fully compliant. The smartest move you can make? Before your next trip, check your luggage. Can the battery be removed without tools? Is the label visible? Do you have proof of certification? If the answer is maybe, it might be time to switch bags. Because in 2025, even your luggage needs credentials. You probably saw the headlines. UK airports ditch the 100 milliliter rule. For a moment, it felt like progress. Travelers celebrated the end of plastic bags, miniature bottles, and that ridiculous toothpaste Tetris we all play before flights. But then reality hit. By mid-2024, several of the UK airports that had scrapped the 100 milliliter limit including London City, Aberdeen, and Newcastle, reversed course. Security concerns crept back in, and so did the tiny bottles. The EU had a plan too. Upgrade scanners, relax the rules continent-wide. But most airports didn't meet the deadline. Even the few that did can't use the scanners for international flights, so the rule is still in full effect across much of Europe. Heathrow is a perfect example. They installed new CT scanners, but only in some terminals, and only for specific flights. That means you could fly out with a full bottle of shampoo, then be forced to throw it away at your connecting gate. So don't trust the hype. Until every airport catches up, your safest move is the old school one. Everything under 100 milliliters packed in a clear plastic bag. Because in 2025, the 100 milliliter rule isn't dead, it's just confused. Flying with a budget airline used to mean cutting costs, not comfort. But now, your carry-on might be the most expensive thing not on your ticket. Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air, they've all quietly shrunk their free carry-on dimensions. That backpack that fit last summer? It might now earn you a hefty gate fee. Their metal bag sizers are unforgiving. If your bag doesn't slide in with zero resistance, you'll be asked to pay on the spot. Doesn't matter if it looks like it fits or if you measured it at home. If the gate agent says it doesn't pass, that's the final word. Some travelers have started bringing tape measures to the gate. Yes, seriously, just to argue their case. The smarter move is to check your airline's policy before you fly. If you're hopping between multiple low-cost carriers, compare them side by side. And if you don't want to play carry-on roulette, consider prepaying for a larger bag. It's cheaper than being surprised at the gate with nowhere to run. In 2025, cheap flights don't mean cheap packing. Space is shrinking, fees are climbing, and your bag might just break your budget. Fair deal. Less legroom, maybe a middle seat. But at least your bag flew free. Not anymore. In 2025, airlines like Air Canada have taken basic to a whole new level. Now, if you're flying basic economy, your carry-on isn't included. Only one personal item, think a small backpack or laptop case, is allowed. That little roller suitcase you always bring? It'll cost you $35 just to bring it on board. Want to bring a second piece? $65 more. Want to pick your seat? That's no longer free either, it gets worse. Starting this year, even checking in online doesn't guarantee a decent seat. Travelers have reported being randomly assigned middle seats, even when they booked under the same reservation as their partner. Some flyers try to outsmart the system by checking in the second it opens, hoping for a better seat assignment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Bottom line, if you're flying basic economy, expect to pay more than just your ticket price, and prepare to fight for space, comfort, and even the privilege of sitting next to someone you know. You already know the obvious. Knives, fireworks, gallons of shampoo. Of course they're banned. But in 2025, the list of forbidden items goes from logical to laughably specific. Take mercury thermometers. They're rare these days, sure, but still around. The problem? Mercury corrodes aluminum. And since airplanes are mostly aluminum, yeah, you get the idea. One broken thermometer could weaken the structure of a plane. That's not just a safety issue, it's an emergency. Or consider powders. Flour, protein powder, turmeric, even baby formula can trigger red flags at security if they exceed 12 ounces. TSA wants to make sure you're not hiding something explosive in that organic pancake mix. Smart travelers are checking TSA's prohibited items list before every trip. Others are packing backup documentation for anything suspicious, like meds, electronics, or vintage tech with unknown battery types. Even toys aren't safe. A plastic prop sword? Flagged. A cosplay staff? Denied. If it even resembles a weapon, leave it behind or check it. The rules are changing fast, and security doesn't have time for debate. In 2025, your bag needs to be not just legal, but boring. Here's the truth about flying in 2025. Getting to your gate is only half the journey. Getting through it is the challenge. Every zipper pocket, every battery, every bottle, it's all being judged, and the rules are shifting faster than airports can post updates. So don't guess. Don't assume. Don't pack based on last year's habits. Instead, check your airline's latest policies. Label your electronics, keep your liquids simple, and treat your carry-on like a security risk, not a suitcase. Because in the skies of 2025, it's not just about what you bring, it's about how smart you are bringing it. Like this video, hit subscribe and share your wildest airport surprise in the comments. I might feature it next.